I would like to say hi. We are Black Star. We put this event on tonight with the Planetary Society. Thank you, Planetary Society, wherever you guys are. And you know Scott, because you already talked to him earlier today. But what you may not know is that the most special person behind this project tonight is this guy to the left of me, Dune. Because without Dune's help, Scott and I barely had the time to put all of this together with all the other stuff we're doing. So thank you, Dune. You created this amazing event. You are amazing. Round of applause for Dune. Okay, we've got two speakers coming up right now, and Scott is going to introduce them.
So, first up we've got Matt Clausen. He is the art director at JPL, and some of you know him. He's the art director at JPL on this amazing Mars Landing Xbox Kinect game over here. So, if you haven't had a chance to play it, definitely check it out, and he is going to talk to you about it.
Hey guys! So, this is awesome, first of all. I feel like I need to pinch myself because, yeah, somebody pinch me. Alright, thanks, that's a little better. Yeah. So 2 years ago, I interviewed at JPL and I walked in to the visitor center to get my clearance to go in and talk to everybody. And standing there was Bill Nye. And he had the camera crew there, and I don't know what they were doing, but I was like, wow, it's Bill Nye. Yeah, and I thought, this is a good omen. And so now 2 years later, I'm up here, and we just released this game. Okay, 2 years later, I'm standing here. We're about to land a rover on Mars tomorrow, which is like the most exciting thing. And we've released this video game that anybody can play if they have an Xbox. Download it; it's free. And I'm just incredibly excited. It's awesome. The whole thing's come completely full circle in the last 2 years. So, what I do at JPL a little bit, just to give you a little background. Well, first of all, okay, so the interview went well, and then, I was hired. I thought it was going to be about 3 months or something, like some kind of an R&D experiment. I had no idea what I was going to be working on. And then they take me to this small conference room with a couple guys. It's all top secret because we had just got the Kinect. It wasn't released yet. We weren't allowed to talk about anything. We had boxes for desks, which is not what I was expecting at all. Working at NASA, I was like, we have boxes for desks. And over the course of this time, we did experiments with controlling robots with the Kinect, playing around with all the different kinds of things we could do with the Kinect. And we had this pipe dream, kind of, it seemed like at the time, to make a video game. And we did it, and it's over there. So hopefully all of you guys will get a chance to play it tonight, because I think it's fun. It's a little hard. But that's good, because landing a rover on Mars is extremely hard. And yeah, so I think that, maybe people here probably aren't asking this question, I think, as much as the general public would be, but I think there's a lot of people that I've encountered that have said, why would NASA be making a video game? And the answer is that, well, first of all, there's 4 tenets of NASA. And one of the 4 tenets is to bring NASA back to the public. And I remember, I grew up in the 80s, it's going to date me a little bit, but I grew up in the 80s, and I remember the spacewalks. And I remember looking on the TV guide and seeing that there was going to be a spacewalk, and I remember watching that and being super excited with my family. And, it's really easy to feel connected to a human being floating in a spacesuit in space. That's an easy way to feel. But how do we get connected to robots, right? It's a little bit of a leap. And so the answer, at least one of the methods that we're trying to answer that question is immersive experiences. And video games are a really great way to do that. Millions of people have video games in their houses, and something like this, you can marry the science with the art together, and you can give everybody the experience of what it's like to actually land the rover in as close to accurate a manner as possible. And so that was one of the really interesting design challenges with making that game. Because I came out of the game industry, I was an art director at a different company before that. And I was used to living in this fantasy world, right? Whatever we wanted to do, we could do it. The last game was about this fat guy who accumulated pies and could clone himself. has nothing to do with science whatsoever. But with this, it's like, okay, so there's these really actual events that are going to take place. And our job is to communicate that to the public in a way that they feel like they're actually learning something while experiencing the game environment too. So, gaming is, it's either fun or it's not fun. There's a very fine threshold there. And so hopefully, I'm not sure, you guys will have to judge for yourself, hopefully we achieved that. But, that's up to you guys to decide. But the other thing too is just, I'd like to say, first of all, this makes me feel really awesome that there's all these people here that are excited about space, because that's basically what my job is to get people excited about space. And so that's one way to do it. And another way to do it is just to be a human being and to dream big and to look at the stars and to imagine what it would be like to land on another planet. So, great job. Keep doing that, and let's keep being excited about the future, and let's keep looking at the stars and be awesome human beings as much as possible.
Thank you. And next up we have Jonathan Vos Post, who is this amazing fella who is doing pretty much everything. So, author, scientist, inventor, mathematician, physicist. Give a hand for Jonathan Vos Post.
Ray Bradbury loved Mars. Ray can't be here with us. He's not on this planet anymore, but he wanted me to read this poem that we wrote together about the future of the space program. We all are solar sails in the tree of heaven climbing free, and yet in looking back I see from topmost part of farthest tree a land as bright, beloved, and blue as any Yeats found to be true, home planet Earth as bright as all the summer air. And in the solar system's body where I circumnavigate each cell of you, your merest molecule is right and true, your moon and planets passing fair. And so we earn what we shall dare, tossed from the central sun. We with our own concentric fires blaze and burn, burn and blaze until we feel once at the hub of the wakening, the vast star wheel. Of solar system's body, a Pegasus of cometary hair, tended by comet grooms like Kepler and Galileo Galilei, whose short sight probing light years saw the way for solar sails to go, to change tomorrow's climb. Its meteor snows, our rocket's selfhood grows, and rocketless more elegantly grows, and claim from heaven the garden we were shunted from. For now, space-driven, we fit, fix, force, and fuse, rehub the system vast, on wings of sunlight, travel fast on vector axle, over vacuum's floor, respoke star wheel, and at the spiraled core, plant foot, full fire shod, and stride the stride of God, whose name is spelled in stars, and in whose name we clothe ourselves in flame. Why do we, the solar sails, fragile as a feather's frond, silently seek to sail so far? We walk the air from here to planets out beyond, because we're more than fond of life and what we are. From Stratford's fortress mine we build and go, and strut work, catwork stars across abyss. The universe itself is our stage, and our script reads something like this. Stand here, grow tall, rehearse, and then surpass the plan. Be God-grown man, act out the universe. Across the waters of galactic Babylon, we sail, we solar sails, and sing of Zion. Our golden song goes on and on. The sun whose light we sail upon, a blazing summer dandelion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. All right, so back to the music for a few minutes, and then we'll let you know when we're getting the next speakers going. Let's party!